the welterweight ass to this ring. Give me a hell yeah! Back once again for some SCI Wrestling. You know, I still have to stop and think about those initials. I'm WB Ward and...
And I'm Chip Douglas.
Yeah. Why do I have such a hard time with those initials?
It's because of that damn television show.
Yeah. And you know, I listen to this show more than I watch that TV show.
And I could care less about the TV show. You know, what they did wrong with that is the fact they did too many cities. Like SCI Miami, Vegas, Boise, Idaho. I mean, there are just too many of them.
They got that all over the place. Anyway, hey, we had a great week of pro wrestling without any pay-per-views. So all the fans had a freebie this week.
What are you talking about?
Well, this week we didn't have any pay-per-views.
Right.
Last week we did.
Right. No, we didn't.
No?
No pay-per-views. It's been 2 weeks since Money in the Bank.
Well, then I'm right. you say that like you're trying to correct me or something.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. 2-3 weeks. Let's say that.
But, you know, it's not like the WWE's losing any money.
Oh, God, no. God, no. Did you see their earnings that they came out with?
Holy moly. And, you know, the strange thing is what they're making money on is not the pay-per-views. That income was actually down.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view income for last year was down over the previous year, but where they were making their money was, you know, remember about a week or so back, I was talking about, I was worried about the WWE. Are they flooding their own market? Are they, you know, since they stretched Raw out to 3 freaking hours long, turns out they're making money hand over fist.
Yeah, advertising.
Oh man. I think their television income exceeded the pay-per-view income, and that's in spite of the fact that WrestleMania had record profits, even though it earned less. Now figure that out.
Well, WrestleMania, they said, was the highest grossing pay-per-view ever.
But they lost, but it,
just overall for the second quarter, their operating income was down.
I am not an accountant.
But as far as total revenue goes, they were up.
I am not an accountant. Okay, we got, first off, we're getting off our track.
Yeah, Twitter.
Yep.
SCI_wrestling. Which, side note, there's a Twitter story. SCI Wrestling YouTube, and then Square Circle Insider Wrestling on our Facebook page. But this past week, I had someone that decided to follow us.
Oh, cool.
Should I say his handle? He says he's a.
Might as well. I mean, he says his handle and he puts it on the flipping internet, for goodness sake.
Okay, so first of all, the person says he's Hunter Hearst Helmsley, which I think himself and me and everyone out there knew it wasn't him.
Yeah, and I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm married to Deborah. And he follows this on Twitter, and out of niceness to me, I follow him back because that's what I do. By the way, if you follow us, we'll follow you.
Yeah.
And so he sent us something on the board saying hi. I say hi back, and then he says check your direct messages. Okay, so he sent this direct message saying, "Will you do me a favor?"
Okay.
Kind of an off-color comment from someone I don't know, but okay, maybe. What's up? I have a friend that needs a job. Can you provide one for her?
What?
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 What do I say?
What kind of work is she looking for?
You know, I knew if I told you this ahead of time, it's exactly what you would say. What kind of work is she looking for? I mean, maybe the person thinks that we have a wrestling organization and we book independent talents.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah.
But WB Word books some independent talents, but that's completely side business.
And in a way, it's kind of wrestling.
He doesn't worry about operating income when it comes to that business.
No. But I will admit the customer comes first. But anyway, we. Oh God, did I? I did not say that.
You said that.
I did indeed. I'm such a bad boy. Speaking of bad boys, did you catch the Divas show?
I caught most of it.
I watched the whole thing, and for the first time in my life, I saw something on E that I thought was pretty cool.
It actually was cool.
Now, for those of you who may not know what we're talking about, Totally Divas is the name of, they're calling it a docuseries on the E network on Sunday nights. And they're following the Bellas. They're following, the Funkadactyls, and two newcomers.
Eva Marie and JoJo.
Okay.
And Natalia.
Well, remember their names now because 6 months from now you won't have a clue who they are. Natalia is on there, and it really is kind of interesting because they take a total candid backstage look. I mean, they made reference to rehearsals at WrestleMania. I mean, they were surprisingly candid.
Yep.
Natalia gave some insight as to the politics of working within the WWE, which I thought was really fascinating.
That's cool.
And as far as the two young girls that they have in there, I think they did uncover and I don't know if you picked this up, but I saw a little glimpse as to why the wrestling talent is so poor nowadays. As you know, we sit up here week after week and we pretty much say, you remember the good old days when wrestling was king and they actually had wrestlers on. Did you catch how old these children are that they're bringing in? One of those girls, I think, is 17 years old.
No.
How experienced can they
really?
possibly be? I think the smaller one is like 17 or 18,
JoJo?
something like that. JoJo, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking
children.
And they're in the WW-frickin-E. How experienced could they possibly be? On this. And yeah, I think that speaks a lot to the talent and to the talent development committee. They could certainly use some brush ups on how to scope out talent.
Well, when it comes to divas, absolutely. I mean, they're looking for divas.
And it's obvious what they were gunning for.
Yeah, they're not looking for women wrestlers, they're looking for divas. And given JoJo wouldn't be my first choice.
No. Now, and it's not unbelievable that Natalia would have had her sour grapes attitude like she did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you know, she got bumped out of WrestleMania, totally, and it was kind of embarrassing for her. She had her parents there from Canada. You know, they came down to see her perform, only to find out that they had already been bumped.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you see the Randy Orton attack?
I did.
Wow.
They were down in Africa, and
South Africa.
South Africa. A fan got in a ring, and
according to TMZ, the story behind this is this guy was actually an independent wrestler.
Oh.
And he did this to get noticed by WBE.
Well, he got noticed.
By their attorneys.
Yes. He got noticed by WWE Legal, and from what I heard, the guy's still sitting in jail pending the investigation.
Complete moron.
Well, and he gave Randy a pretty good shot.
Holy crap.
And I believe, I think Randy he used to sing bass in a barbershop quartet. Now I think he's singing soprano. He got nailed. He got nailed pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, it was not good. It was not fun to watch.
No.
And anyone out there, that's just stupid. Don't be dumb. Because you're going to end up in jail. You're going to end up with legal charges. Because even though these guys can defend themselves, and they will if you're in front of them.
Oh, yes.
You shouldn't do that.
Yes.
They will press charges.
TNA, August videos. What's going on with them?
I never hardly bring up TNA. And
yes.
in fact, Totally Divas actually got higher ratings than TNA Wrestling does on a weekly basis.
I don't doubt it.
But they have this surprise appearance. And if you have Spike TV, you should watch it tonight.
Okay.
Of vignettes of a surprise wrestler that's going to appear tonight. TNA has been notorious for doing these type of build-ups and completely disappointing and missing. So it's going to be very interesting who they bring up here. A lot of rumors were Goldberg, and already in the vignettes he's already said, I'm not Goldberg and I've never faced Goldberg. So now the rumors are it could be someone like Batista.
No way.
It could be Bobby Lashley.
No way.
Those are the two big names I've heard. I don't believe in TNA enough to believe that those are possibilities. I think I don't know who it could be. I haven't read enough. I've read a lot of rumors, but Hardcore Holly was a possibility. I mean,
I think of everybody you've mentioned, I think Batista is the one I would believe the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why on earth would he be Batista?
He needs work.
Oh, no, he does not. I follow that guy's Twitter handle. He's busy as all get out.
Is he?
And he would go, and with Triple H in charge of WBE, it'd be more of a possibility of him going back to WBE for more money and for a lot less schedule than it would be going to TNA.
Wow.
I believe more Hardcore Holly more than anything because he's not really a well-known star in WBE, and he could be in TNA, I guess. Whatever.
Okay. You were mentioning something about Twitter a while ago. What do we have this week for the tweet of the week?
Oh,
Yes?
crap.
Oh, did I catch you off guard?
He did, but it's okay.
I'll tell you what.
Want me
Let's
to
go
save
ahead and
it for
do
the
the break.
break?
Yeah,
All right.
we can do this after the break is over with, as we have some things to talk about. After the break, we're going to be looking at, of course, the weekly recap of Raw. We have some special audio of a WWE pro wrestler who went out and makes his singing debut publicly in front of thousands. In front of thousands of people.
Oh, it's a good thing he can wrestle.
Yeah, really, because he would starve otherwise. So stick around. We have all that and more still to come your way this week on SCI Wrestling. And by the way, don't forget to drop us an email sometime. Go over to our Facebook account, leave some suggestions for any possible topics of upcoming episodes. Or if, I don't know, maybe if you'd like to be a guest in the show, yeah, we'll talk. We'll have your people meet our people. All that and more still to come this week on SCI Wrestling.
You're so annoying.
You're so annoying.
Stop copying
Stop
me.
copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop talking me.
Kids will spend 10 minutes copying everything their sibling says.
You're such a
You're
doofus.
such a doofus.
How about 2 minutes to brush their teeth? Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Mom!
A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Is that a faucet running?
That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Okay, I'm sure you could probably name the wrestler.
Yes!
Yes?
Yes!
Yes? Okay,
Yes!
I figured as much. Daniel Bryan's ring music, of course. Can you name the song?
No.
This is called The Ride of the Valkyries, written by Richard Wagner. Classical music
How long ago was that?
Oh, how long ago?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't have the year. It's a long time ago. The classical music has made its entry into the professional wrestling ring over the years. Can you think of any other wrestlers that have had classical music for the ring intros?
Let me think. Of course, Sandow.
Sandow. Okay, yeah, the Hallelujah chorus from Handel's Messiah. Which wrestler had the song called Also Sprach Zarathustra?
Oh, jeez.
That's the name of the song, written by Johann Strauss.
Ric Flair?
That's Ric Flair.
Wow!
We know that song is the theme from 2001. Its actual title is Also Sprach Zarathustra, which is German for And God Also Spake.
Oh.
Edgar
It's you.
Elgar wrote a little tune that people march to the graduation tables every year. It's called Pomp and Circumstance. And of course, that was used by the late, great Macho Man Randy Savage
Oh, okay. Yeah.
for his ring music. And, oh goodness, those are the only ones that I could think of that used actual classical music. The classics come to wrestling. I love that. I'm
impressed.
I'm not just another pretty face.
I can't think of a joke there, to be honest with you.
Well, there's that in itself
It
is
really
worth the price
just
of
speaks
admission.
for itself.
Yes, it does. It does. It do indeed. What'd you think of Raw this week?
Not bad.
Oh, wait a minute. Weren't we going to do something else?
Oh,
before
yeah,
we got
let me
to
do
Raw?
a tweet a week.
Oh, okay.
You know what Alex Rodriguez is?
Who?
Alex Rodriguez, for everyone who doesn't know, including WB, famous baseball player, the highest grossing baseball player of all time.
Oh, yeah,
Plays
sure.
for the Yankees.
Okay.
Right now, he's in a very big steroid controversy,
Uh-huh.
and he's quite possibly facing a lifetime ban from baseball.
Steroids. Isn't that what you get when you sit on a stereo?
Sure, that's how Scott Steiner got those muscles. So Hacksaw Jim Duggan, made a tweet. Alex Rodriguez should be a member of the NWO because when he gets banned from baseball, he gets banned for life. Clever from Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh.
know?
Yeah, and I bet you that guy could tell Hacksaw where to shove that 2x4 too. That's pretty cool. All right, Raw this week. Henry and the Usos. Now, I think you and I both predicted Henry was going to be turning face. Mark Henry is going to be doing a flip.
Yeah, after that Money in the Bank interview, yes.
Oh, you know, and folks, remember, we record this live. So whenever we screw something up, we don't go back and fix things. We just keep on going. And we've already had a couple on this. We're going to come back to the, Shield versus, Mark Henry and the, Usos
we
here in
forgot.
just a minute. But, a little earlier, I think it was either this week or last, I think it had to be last week. The Chicago Cubs, were playing Milwaukee. And in the tradition of the late great Harry Carey, who was a legendary Cubs announcer who always led the stands in a rousing rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Ever since his passing, they've had...
moon was made out of cheese, what kind of cheese would it be?
Hey, that's not bad.
Thank you.
That's not bad at all. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with your impression.
Thank you.
But every week, well, not every week, but every single time they have a home game with the Cubbies, they have some celebrity come down and lead the crowd in the rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Most recently, WWE superstar CM Punk led the crowd, and boy, you weren't kidding a while ago when you said it's a good thing he's a pro wrestler. I mean, you can catch the spirit of the Cubs and everything. So listen here closely. This is actual footage from Wrigley Stadium. CM Punk leading and Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Citizens of Chicago, I have come here to chew bubblegum and sing, but I'm all out of bubblegum. A one, a two, a three.
Go for it, dude.
Take me out to the ball game. Wow. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
I'll get down with your funky self.
I don't care if I ever get back for its root for the
Cubbies.
if they don't win, it's a shame.
Almost sounds like he forgot.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Okay, here.
All right.
Yes.
Let's get some runs. Let's send
All
them back
right,
to
let's
Milwaukee.
do this.
Okay, I guess not too bad. Not too bad. I don't think I could do any better. But no, that's got to be an honor. That's his hometown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's got to be a huge honor for him, if not just for the fact that's his.
You know that line he said came from I can't remember the name of the movie, but a movie with Roddy Piper in it, where he goes into a bank and he goes, "I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum."
Oh,
And damn, I'm all out of bubble gum.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
You know classical music, I know movies.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. And actually, it's funny you should say that, because as we do this Raw recap, I'm going to point out a few things of where they're dipping into their own little memories here. The Shield versus Henry and the Usos. Henry turned face, and the Shield turned tail this week. I mean, they just tied it up out of the ring. No big surprise.
No big surprise.
No big surprise.
Do you want some breaking news?
What's that?
Breaking news. SCI. Well, it's not really exclusive.
More pleasant than breaking wind.
SummerSlam plans are for the Shield, the Face, Mark Henry, and the Big Show.
Really?
No Usos.
Now Mark Henry and the Big Show, that's a team I've always wanted to see.
Yeah.
That's a team
so
I've always wanted to see.
2 versus 3 handicap match, but those two versus the Shield.
And I've been wondering what's happened to Show.
Yeah, he's been on the injured list for a little bit.
Okay.
Apparently there's some SummerSlam plans of them two teaming together.
RVD came back again this week, and I got to tell you, I've never been so disappointed in a superstar in all of my life.
Who?
RVD.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They got him in the ring against Fandango.
Well, you can't be disappointed with him.
Well,
He's still a damn good performer.
he's a good performer. So why are they wasting his talents on Fandango?
I'll tell you why.
Freaking Dango.
Because Vince McMahon created Fandango.
Yeah.
And he'll do everything he can to make sure Fandango succeeds. Why not put him against RVD for SummerSlam, my prediction, and then put Fandango over RVD?
And of course, anything McMahon touches turns to gold.
Almost.
Kind of like what's the guy in the 3MB match he brought up?
What?
The 3MB. The 3MB tag
team.
Drew
McIntyre?
Drew McIntyre. Yeah, he turned him into a big major superstar.
Oh, yeah, the chosen one.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. They chose him to be in a lame gimmick.
Oh, you're not kidding. Okay, Ziggler v. Langston, and I'm surprised they haven't had Langston Biggie getting a more romantic tryst with AJ yet.
Not yet.
I'm surprised. They will be, I'm sure.
Yeah, because this is a feud that can carry on for I think at least 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
They can keep this going.
I believe so. I believe you're right. It's interesting the way they got it going so far.
Right. I do enjoy it. This was an angle that I looked forward to for some time. I knew it was coming, and I was very excited to see it. Almost like a Shawn Michaels Diesel type feud. So it's going to be good.
I think my disappointment of the week was Del Rio versus Christian. I don't know why I'm continuing to be disappointed with this, because it's the same thing every week.
Now, of course, this is going to be the SummerSlam match, too.
Yes.
And that's what I did not understand is why on earth are you putting a SummerSlam match on Raw?
Why not? Now you've got me confused. Why wouldn't you do that?
Because I've seen it now.
Oh, yeah, true.
I mean, why not put Rock and Cena on Raw before WrestleMania?
And no, you're right. But this is going to hearken to a point I'm going to be making here in just a little bit, because I quite frankly, I think they're running out of ideas. Daniel Bryan versus Kane. I thought this was a very interesting turn on their friendship. It'll be interesting to see. I wonder if they'll bring back their therapist.
No.
I thought that was a wonderful gimmick.
No, they won't bring him back. Because you see them going to completely separate paths. Because I see Daniel Bryan going into the championship mode, and then I see Kane going into the Bray Wyatt angle.
Well, as a matter of fact, it's funny you should say that, because I was fully expecting to see the Wyatt family Monday night.
Yeah.
And I didn't. At least not on that match.
I don't think we did either. No.
And so I fully expected the Wyatts to come down and interfere with the match and take Kane into their arms or whatever.
Well, didn't they do something like on SmackDown?
I believe they did. They did, but they just didn't carry it through.
Why on earth would you promote something on SmackDown but not make it prominent on Raw?
Now, here's where we get down to what I was talking about. I think they're running out of ideas. Earlier in that show, McMahon used the phrase ruthless aggression. And he was saying that's what Daniel Bryan was lacking. And that's why he's throwing him back in matches like with Kane and things like that. Do you remember the first time they used the phrase ruthless aggression and with whom that was in reference?
I can't remember.
Actually, it was Kurt Angle, who was in the ring talking about ruthless aggression and wanted to know if there was anybody back in the locker rooms who could take him on. And out from the back, making his very first appearance, was John Cena.
Oh, that's right.
Showing ruthless aggression in the ring. All of a sudden now we're getting back to this, using this phrase. And I thought, well, that's an interesting little flashback that they're giving. I didn't know if it was intentional. Maybe they just forgot, until I heard Stephanie McMahon begin to talk about sending Daniel Bryan through a corporate makeover. All of a sudden, I'm now seeing visions of Mankind jump through my head.
Yeah.
And it just seems like they're running backwards on ideas.
Wait, okay, so well, you're right, they are repeating, but 2 ideas.
Uh-huh.
Are they going to turn Daniel Bryan heel as a corporate champion? Or are they going to do the ultimate swerve and make Cena do that?
I don't know, because I'm starting to see some more seeds that Cena may be turning heel.
Exactly.
And I mean big time.
I would be a huge Cena fan if he did turn heel.
And the little 9-year-olds are going to be so disappointed. They're not going to be able to sleep at night. And what is Fruity Pebbles going to do with their marketing campaign?
And that's fine with me, because I know those 9-year-olds' pain when Hulk Hogan dropped the leg drop on Macho Man Randy Savage when he joined NWO.
Yes.
I know that pain. I lived.
No, that's true. You did survive that.
I did survive.
You are scarred, though. You're one of the ugliest guys I think I know. It's got to be because of that. It had to be the scar left by that incident.
Even more than Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, even more than Daniel Bryan.
Wow. You can't even say I can't even score a Bella twin?
Well, hey, if Bryan can score a Bella twin, there's possibilities for anybody. And I was really surprised, incidentally speaking of Bellas, I had no idea John Cena had been through a breakup with his wife.
Oh, you
apparently.
didn't?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
Let alone, I didn't know he was picking up on the other Bella
Oh,
twin.
speaking of which, did you see how he dodged that bullet?
Boy, he did. He is now my hero. He is my hero. I appreciated that. I was sitting here taking notes.
Honey, all I know is I'm happy when I'm around you.
That's a classic line.
And here's a new Land Rover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that didn't hurt. Didn't hurt at all. Cody Rhodes versus Wade Barrett. Cody is, Barrett, I got to tell you, I have always been impressed with him. And I think they really are missing the mark when they're not doing a push with Barrett any more than they are.
They are.
They had a wonderful push with him at first with the Cena angle and coming in with the, what were they called? The NXT, when the NXT was coming back in and raiding Raw.
Right.
Wonderful push. Barrett's a great talent. He's got some good moves. He's a great entertainer. I think they're missing the boat financially, even though we were talking about how well they're doing financially now.
Right.
I think they could be, doing a little better.
It all started when they decided not to really make SmackDown as important as Raw, where they did not make it two completely different shows. Because that's when they were starting to build Wade Barrett as a superstar, is doing it on a different show, doing it on SmackDown. So even though I didn't really like the idea of doing two separate brands, the two separate brands worked to create different superstars.
I think so too. And it gave the audience a little bit more variety. Now you got the same show on Monday as you do on Friday.
Exactly. You're seeing the same stuff over and over and over. I don't know why they decided to go ahead and do that, just because I guess just to make Raw that much more important.
And I loved also the idea that they would have drafts.
Oh, the drafts were really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you were able to see those superstars that they build up on SmackDown go to Raw.
Yeah, I think they did this though, and this is just my speculation. I think they probably did this to help keep their costs down, because as it was, they had those two huge physical sets that they set up. They had the last SmackDown set had the fist smashing through.
Yeah.
Raw has always been just this big stage, and
Right.
it's all
With a huge screen.
Yeah, the Titantron.
Yeah.
Now they don't have to do that. All they have to do is change the graphics on the screen, and that's it. The only set that they really have is the ring itself, is just a ring apron.
Right.
Everything else remains the same. So I think they probably just did that for financial reasons, but they could still make them two different brands. They could still do that and essentially compete against themselves. Go ahead and form SmackDown almost as if it is its own company and let them compete.
Like, we discussed this weeks ago about territories. Mm-hmm. That's the ideal way of doing it.
Make your own territory. I mean, if you're going to drive everybody else out of business, at least make your own territory and make it at least seem like there's competition.
Exactly.
Make it at least seem that way.
But you still got to make SmackDown as important as Raw. You can't make it seem like it is minor league, and I think that's where they missed the boat. They were starting to make it feel that SmackDown was the redhead stepchild of the WBE.
It was too for a while.
But it turned out to be damn good.
Yes, it
did. To me, ended up being the show to watch.
I'll be right there with you.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
I mean, Dolph Ziggler was getting over huge on SmackDown.
And I think too, maybe they're afraid of, if they start making competitions, they are going to have a definite favorite, and they're going to have trouble selling tickets to one show over the other.
That's probably true. And Vince McMahon can't accept the Raw being less dominant than SmackDown.
And you notice the big thing is who wasn't there Monday night.
Oh, who?
Lesnar.
Exactly.
And what is he? He's not injured. He's not on an injured list.
He just didn't want to show up. He's a part-time wrestler.
Well, and that's if you want to call him a wrestler anyway. My God, has it already been 30 minutes?
We only did a 30-minute this week.
Man,
You want to do an hour next week?
Yeah, let's do an hour next week.
Let's do an hour next week.
I got to tell you this.
We'll have Marcus on. I'll get Marcus.
Okay. I get so worried that we're not able to fill the time, and I keep forgetting you can't shut me up. This was a quick show. This was a quick in and out show. Okay, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next on the Totally Divas. Of course, we still have some more wrestling coming up. We got Monday Night Raw coming up.
I love how you specify Totally Divas and then wrestling.
Yeah, well, it's because I would love to associate wrestling with divas. I like that a lot. You like it. Hey, folks, stay in touch with us on Twitter, YouTube, and also on Facebook. Drop us a line. We'll see you next week for more SCI Wrestling.